go live! Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to our weekly live stream. Been a while. It feels like a while since I've done one of these, hasn't it? Forgive me for doing this really late. Most people are probably asleep by then. It's now 7:54 in the evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hello, Jared. When am I going to do a opening night of live action remake of The Jungle Book? That will be the first thing I'm going to talk about, Jared. So opening nights, I was supposed to do a couple this week. Last Sunday, I was supposed to do a review of Eclipse. But lately I just haven't had time, unfortunately. The last 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie, have been pretty rough. Just because of just making YouTube videos and everything. But we're back on business. We're back to things getting back to normal. So unfortunately, there's not going to be one this week. So we're going to start doing opening nights again in October. So just forgive the delay. It's just we've got a lot going on. We want to finish up a few videos before we can do opening night. And it's also just because our schedule has been out of whack. Hello, Clark. Good to see you. Hello, Derek. Good to see you. Steven, good to see you again. Drake Film Studios, GMK Boy 2001, one of our best donors, has been hugely supportive of the channel. Thank you so much for coming in. And of course, guys, just something I just want to point out, a few things before we get started. So we just got word about 6 days ago that YouTube is actually doing a couple of changes to their platform to combat, obviously, you know, advertiser-friendly content and everything. And I heard they're going to be buckling down, and there's been some concerns I've had. One of which being, I think, is why our channel has been affected in terms of views. We've actually been getting less views than what we normally do. One, that's probably due to the fact that everybody's out and about again, but we're on the second wave of COVID, so things might lock down soon, which is good for us because people will stay at home and probably watch my content. But the big thing is that what they're changing is basically trying to stop children from entering this platform and getting past the age restriction. And you guys are probably aware of this. You want to see age-restricted content, you just log in to make a new account and you lie about your age, which is not good. But what they're going to start doing is that they're going to be counting views not by public opinion, but by account. Basically, if you don't have a Google account, your view is not going to matter on this channel. So unfortunately, that is the concern we have because that will affect views, which is really going to bite YouTube in the ass because I think this is going to really affect their business because they rely on public viewership to basically get their advertisements. Second thing they're going to be doing is cracking down, again, on people who try to log in and lie about their age in order to bypass the adult content. What they're going to be doing is, and it's not affecting North America, not yet, but from what I heard in the EU, which is technically now the USSR EU, if you catch my drift, not to get political, but basically in European countries, they're going to be asking for identification. What does that mean? It means when you log in and you put in your birth name, you can no longer put in your birth name. You're going to have to be asked for your credit card number or ID as in driver's license, health card, and for the European Union audience, that's really not good. That is very concerning, not only to my viewers down there across the sea, but it's also concerning for me because this could eventually lead into it affecting essentially North American audiences, which would suck. Because I've always had this thing, you know, remember if you ever played South Park, The Stick of Truth, you know how they say, whoever controls the stick controls the universe. Whoever controls the internet controls the world. That's pretty much how it is now. So again, guys, thank you for all support. So because of these changes, I believe that's why my ad revenue has actually gone down significantly, unfortunately. And I think it's just because of other reasons, which is why I know I bring this up in all of my videos now. But if you guys want to continue supporting my channel, supporting my living expenses, and help me, because this is my full-time job, is making videos for you guys and entertaining. Go check out my Patreon. Even if you donate $1 or more, you'll get early access to all of our content, special features. If you donate more, you can do requests and everything. So please consider that checking my Patreon. But if not, just sharing my videos around, spreading the word is gratefully appreciated on my part. And I just appreciate everything you guys have been doing for me for the past, 12 years on YouTube now? Because I started in 2007. Holy shit. But I really appreciate it, guys, and all the support I've been getting. So thank you from the bottom of my heart and from all of us. But these are going to be changes that we hope doesn't go too harsh. But unfortunately, people who are warning them, YouTube has been kind of suppressing people trying to warn them because it's like, look, Jimmy Kimmel's doing something funny. Ha ha ha. It's ridiculous. But anyway, but that's not what we're here for. So a lot of you guys have been wondering, hey, where's our fan mail? Where is it? We haven't seen some in a while. Well, first thing, I have to go get something to eat because I'm hungry. So I ordered a drive-in style cheeseburger because fuck it. And I got my fan mail here. So we're going to read it as I eat. But other than that, how have you guys been? I know it's been pretty crazy the last few weeks. I am avoiding the election trends like the plague. It is not good for my health. So there's that. But anyway, TikTok almost got banned. I'm still on TikTok. Again, guys, go follow me. But definitely go check out TikTok. And I'm also going to give a couple of shout outs. LUNACHI Bunny, obviously. She could really use the support right now. Guys, go check out her YouTube channel. As well as HEWY TOONMORE. Go check out his channel. And also check out Isaac the Media Hunter's channel. He just did a really good review today of The Valley of Gwangi, the second Harryhausen dinosaur film. Definitely go check it out. So, I gotta eat my cheeseburger because I am hungry. I like that McDonald's commercials. I am hungry. Remember that shit? Nothing like a good food corner. Oh, the Batsuit, Jared? This was a cosplay I made for a couple of cons. It's by Michael Keaton Batsuit, and I've had it for a couple of years. Is that Burger King? No, it's something called A&W. It's a Canadian thing. But they have this deal where it's like 2 cheeseburgers for $3. So I'm like, yeah, I can't complain. Do you think that my films could be successful even if it's splatter flick? People love splatter flicks. People love to see how far you can go. So do what you will. Thoughts on the Lightning Collection? I have no interest in buying the Lightning Collection. Here's where I think if Hasbro wants to get my money on the Power Ranger stuff, they have to make one thing. The original Mighty Morphin Power Blaster and make it with life-size, not crappy kids replicas, but life-size replicas of the power weapons. So the Power Sword, the Power Bow, the Power Daggers, the Power Lance, the Power Axe. Make that, and what you can do is you can make them Nerf guns. So take the Power Axe and the Power Bow, make them Nerf products. Make the Power Sword a foam Power Sword, and then put them all together and make a big super gun. Then you have my money, Hasbro. But if you don't make that, I don't care. I'm fine with my Legacy Morpher. So there's that. So let's get to fan mail. So the first one's from Tyler of Potterstown. Thank you very much. Let's see what you guys got here for us. So the reason I'm not doing Fan Mail Fanatics right now, or really kind of cutting them off now, is because now that the reason I did them and brought it back was because our Wi-Fi at our old place was terrible. So we couldn't do these live streams when we normally do fan mail. So now what I'm doing is, now that I've gotten better Wi-Fi router, which for people in Canada, I'd highly recommend Rogers Ignite. They are the best. We now have better Wi-Fi so we can do these live streams. I am good, Liam. How are you, my friend? Where'd I get the burger? A&W, Clark. It is a Canadian thing. So first one's from Tyler of Potterstown. I believe in the chat that is that... I'm just scrolling up here. Holy crap's a lot of messages. That's GMK Boy 2001, I believe, sent us this. I hope it is. I think so, but if that is you, thank you. Let's see. Don't make it be another scare thing again. Okay, what do we got here? Wow. Okay, we got a big letter. So we're gonna go through this. Oh, that's so cool. From the acclaimed director Peter Jackson, The Lord of the Rings and King Kong comes Walt Disney's The Beatles. So I guess it's an animated Beatles movie. That's actually really cool. Full disclosure, I'm a sort of fan of the Beatles. I know Peter Jackson's a huge fan of the Beatles. But funny story with the Beatles. I've only listened to a few of their tracks that I really like. I really like, what is it? Anything by John Lennon. He was my personal favorite Beatle. If not him, it's probably Ringo Starr. And funny enough, Ringo Starr is the reason my parents met, because they worked in the music business in the 80s, and they were both working on a Ringo Starr show, and they met each other, and that's how it was. Thank you, Ringo, for creating me, essentially. And it's funny with Ringo because it even affected me in my childhood, because I used to watch, you know, those Thomas shorts, and I used to like listen to him as Mr. Conductor all the time. So thank you, Ringo. Thank you so much, Morgana G, for liking my videos. I really appreciate that. Just share them around, spread the word, get the attention of other people, and that'll help me get me more views. So thank you. Hi, Donnie. Good to see you. Your house looks like it's something out of the early 80s and 90s. Yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to look like my childhood. That's the idea, essentially, to give, you know, a big sense of nostalgia for 90s kids, especially. What dinosaur should John Hammond in my novelization also watchers know what to do with my novelization? Not 100%. I'd have to get back to you on that. Which is a better burger, McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's? Neither. Harvey's. And it's a Canadian thing. Anyway, so we have this letter from Tyler, and it says, Dear Big Jack Films, I'm currently working on my new King Kong series called Kong Legends of Skull Island. Ooh, I like that title. I really like that title. The series is made in the style of a silent nature documentary, focusing on the island and its inhabitants and being on an adventure story like the other Kong films. So is it basically like BBC's Walking with Dinosaurs? I can dig that. That'd be cool. Most inspiration comes from various versions of the Eighth Wonder of the World, including some that were never made. Movies like 1 Million Years BC and the series by Gary Tarkovsky, Primeval, were a major influence when it comes to the series' visual storytelling, and where no other characters speak at all, just through the animal noises and a short sort of other language that isn't English. Originally, I wanted design of Kong to be just the animated series design from 2000. Where was I? Only it was just brown and would walk upright, but I decided that it would have a bit of a mix of the original 1933 design with the MonsterVerse design. As for the other creatures, most of the dinosaurs are ones from 1933 film and its sequel, Son of Kong, including the Brontosaurus, an evolved species of Stegosaurus, and a meat eater, with whether it's a T-Rex or an Allosaur. But even with dinosaurs, the island is mostly made up of other creatures, while different could inhabit Skull Island. These include crocodilians, with orange frills, like Lizzie from the Rampage movie. Okay, I kind of like that idea. A black scorpion that shoots a pale green acid. That sounds creepy as hell. Giant cephalopods, and I like to call krakens. Giant prehistoric warhogs, prehistoric wild horses, etc., etc. I took influence from the extinct mod from Moa Bird from New Zealand and many more, and I hope to think up a few more. I don't know what I'm planning on the native people Skull Island. Either they are an ancient prehistoric humans who evolved on the island millions of years, or they might be descendants of African slaves who shipwrecked during the 17th and 18th century that were saved by Kong's ancestors from their captors, and they lived their lives on Skull Island by building a wall protecting them for creatures that would kill them. They honored his species as if they were gods, only they don't offer any sacrifices like the people from the original Kong. Not unsure where to go from there. Either it will be its own story of Kong, or it might lead to a future series where he might tackle with Godzilla one day. Not sure yet. Hope that sounds like an idea to you, from Tyler. I think it's a really cool idea, Tyler. I like the idea that it's essentially a National Geographic documentary. I think it actually sounds really kick-ass, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what you have planned. Wait till I see the final product, as well as the you know, like a trailer. Definitely keep up the good work, man, and I hope it all works out for you. He also sent us some artwork. He sent us, a really nice drawing of Kong. I always like the drawings. The drawings are the best. That's a really nice Kong right there. I'm so proud of you guys in the way your illustrations are in terms of making stuff. Okay, this is actually really freaking cool. I love this design. It's a meat eater, and I can tell it has a little bit of Charles Knight mixed with Jurassic Park's Crash McCurry's design. Very impressive. I really dig this artwork. You know what this is? It looks like Sauron from Primal Rage. That's very cool, man. Thank you, Tyler, so much. I will be looking forward to that piece that you have planned, and I hope to see it down the line. Who knows? Maybe it might be good enough for a Kong review. So we got this one. This is actually, well, actually I should do Jared's first. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do Jared's. So Jared from Bell River, Ontario, Canada, sent us this another thing. Do not open until 1985. But wait, Does that mean I'm gonna get shot? Oh no. Anyway, so we got this piece of fan mail. Of course, he tapes it. Anyway, Jared, I hope you're doing well, man, because I know right now, currently with COVID-19 here, we're actually going through a lot, and hopefully it's not too bad. So on your end, just take precautions, man. It's a bit. Where'd you get the letter from my buddy? It's a bit bumpy. Yeah, the Tyler one. I got one from Tyler, and I'm opening one from Jared, and we're gonna go through the next one. We got 3 here, so don't worry, Will. Here we go. Of course, he starts it off with this. Dear Jack, if my calculations are correct, you shall receive this letter after you saw the DeLorean struck by lightning. First, let me assure you that I'm alive and well. I've been living happily these past 2 months of the year 1885. The lightning bolt struck the time circuits. Unfortunately, the car will never fly again. It actually flew. I watched Back to the Future 3 the other day. It's such a damn good movie. I love it. First, I'll ask you how you're doing. How is September going for you? How's your new place? And how are your friends and family? Things are okay. I've been mostly spending a lot more introverted time. And it's been kind of okay. But I'm doing a lot better. Now that I'm able to focus on my work, I'm able to pump out more episodes and write more and make more. It's going pretty good. I'm just taking my sweet-ass time, which is great. My family's doing okay. I'm actually supposed to be seeing them for Canadian Thanksgiving next weekend. So there's that. And second most, I'm sending you a letter to let you know that I'll be working on a Godzilla anime fan movie. I like that term. Movie titled Monster Wars, also known as Kaiju Wars. It's gonna go dun 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 dun. Have a crawl and everything. That'd be great. For a year now, it's meant to be what the Godzilla anime trilogy should have been. Okay, sounds interesting. It takes place in the year 2099, unlike the year 1999 with Destroy All Monsters. Clever move. All the Earth's monsters have been rounded up and confined to the South Pacific island known as Monster Island. This is Destroy All Monsters. Being fuel alien races, the Xylans and the Cadillacs have taken control of the monsters and have released them to destroy major cities around the world. This is just Destroy All Monsters. Now Earth must place their hopes on the JSDF team and the king of the monsters, Godzilla, to defeat the aliens and break control of the monsters of the Earth. So destroy. So as you can guess, it's kind of similar to Destroy All Monsters, but with differences. For example, it's a 3-way turf between 2 alien races and the humans, and is a movie kind of like an action-packed, awesome, fast pace. So basically, okay, yeah, he says major influence of this movie are Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla Final Wars, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Pacific Rim, Evangelion, and Attack on Titan, and a ton of story. And the tone of the story would be on par with tones of Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. Great! So it's going to be a clusterfuck final battle. I can dig that. The central theme of this anime movie is coexistence. Can Bruce Wayne and Batman ever truly coexist? We'll find out today! So let's see here. Now for the characters in the film will be Captain Andreas Armstrong. A 40-year-old hardcore and determined British JSDF captain and the main protagonist of the film. He eventually despises monsters and believes they are to treat humanity and must be exterminated. The reasons why he is because his 20-year-old, to his prior events in the movie, he was just a young jet pilot, and his friend Mark Matthews attempted to capture and round up Godzilla for Monster Island, but his friend was killed and eaten by Godzilla, leading to Captain Ahab and Moby Dick dynamic between them and Godzilla. But he's so obsessed with Godzilla like Ahab was with Moby Dick. There he blows! I grin at that greedily running Godzilla! Damn you, Godzilla! Thus, I give up the spear! Oh, shit, that did nothing. Oh, that sounds really fucking cool, man. Looking for somebody, voice acting wise, sound like Captain Picard from Star Trek. I imagine Tom Hardy to be the English dub voice of the character. Do you feel in charge, Godzilla? I give up the spear. I'm also featuring Mike Shigezawa from the Heisei series as a secondary protagonist, like in this film, but it's in 2099. How is he still alive? Unless he's like a head in a jar like Futurama. Let's see. In terms of Dr. Sarazawa, she also serves as a foil to Captain Andreas Armstrong, coexist monsters included. Holy crap, he's sending me the whole plot. I don't know if I can keep this up, man. Furthermore, this adds a slight conflict, which is interesting as both are in the same faction. I also imagine Karen Fukuhara, that sounds terrible, I apologize, is the English voice for Miki. Now the, holy crap. There's so much to go through. There's also Commander Charles Oakley, who is Captain Armstrong's second in command. Pretty much on par with Jon Stewart, Green Lantern from Justice League, and I imagine that Michael Dorn, Wolf from Star Trek, would be the English dub voice of the character. So many characters. I'm sorry, Jared, I just can't go through all this. Holy crap. There is a Mecha Godzilla involved. The aliens are there. Oh my god, it's like a whole script. It's a story outline. Oh my goodness. This is huge. I'm going to have to literally read this whole thing on my own and send it back to you, Jared, because this will take way too long to read. There's like, how many pages now? All right, I have to skip a couple, Jared, sorry. Now the following films are partially in the continuity of timeline of this movie, though some tweets and reamps. There are Godzilla, Rodan, the Mysterious Varan, Mothra, Atragon, Dorga, Frankenstein vs. Baragon, The War of the Gargantuous, King Kong Escape, Space Amoeba, Goliath, and Godzilla 98. Even the character of Steve Martin is canon in this continuity. Holy crap. Let's see. As for the directors, we think it should be either Mamama Hosoda, who directed The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Summer Wars, Wolf Children, Boy and the Beast, or Makoto Shinkai, the director of Your Name, Wuthering You, and The Guardian of the Woods. Interesting directors. For the anime studio produced animation, we're not sure it should be Studio Ghibli, TMS, Studio Trigger, behind Garen Liu, Kill la Kill, Little Witch Academia, Gundam, and so on, or Studio Chizu behind the Mamoru Hosoda films. I would go with Sunrise. Sunrise did Inuyasha, my favorite anime, or Toei. Although I don't know if Toei would want to work with Toho, but I would recommend Sunrise. Sunrise is a really good ties with Toho. Anyway, that's the info I have about this movie so far, and I would like to thank you for taking the time to read my letter. I hope you enjoy your new home, and I hope you like my idea. Your friend in time, Jared Osborne, September 1st, 1885. 1885! So, Jared's plot is massive. I'm not going to lie. Like, look how many pages are in here. This is crazy. It could be like a whole melodrama, like an audio drama in this case, but it's like so long, and we only have so much time on these live streams, man. So I apologize if I'm not being able to get to the whole thing, but I'm really interested to see where this goes. Let me know when you got some visuals handy. Let me know when you got a trailer, and I can't wait to see what you do, man. I know it's constant, like all these plot points you bring up, but it is massive right now. Storyfire is also a good tech site of YouTube, but you have to be verified to make content on there. The only downside of that's the thing. Like, I really hate how essentially YouTube is becoming a streaming service. Thank you, Disney Plus. They're doing it because Disney Plus, HBO Max, they're trying to compete now, is what I'm afraid they're going to end up being. Why do you think they're pushing the whole YouTube premium thing? Because they want to be Disney Plus. They want to be a subscription service, which would suck. I don't know if I got your letter yet, Will. Are you under Hunter Steinson? Because if so, that might be it. I'm not sure if I've gotten it yet, Will. Thoughts on the Godfather movies? They're okay. What's your favorite Back to the Future movie? I like the first one and I like the third one. I think the third one, or the second one, is actually outdated, mostly because of 2015. But I prefer, I'm going to get to the drawings in a sec. So, wow. Okay, first of all, your Godzilla, Jared, is amazing. I love this design. Very impressive work. No one reminds me of it. It looks like Reptar. And I love Reptar. Rugrats was one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows. So, this looks really nice. I'm probably going to have a whole fan art section set up at some point, because there's just so much fan art I have now, which is crazy. We have Anguirus from obviously another Godzilla character, and okay, this Anguirus actually looks really nice. Jared, your artwork is actually really good, really damn good. You should maybe apply for commissions, because you never know when somebody wants commissions from you. We have Rodan, or Rato, as they say in Japan. He couldn't even fit the whole page. That's how big he is. He looks great. I really like how you even included stuff from, honestly, King of the Monsters. Like, the very impressive design. We have Maghsoudi, as they put it. And then here, honestly, is, her butterfly. Her mandibles, I'd say, are a little too big, but I guess you want her to walk a little bit. These are very impressive. I really like these, Jared. I cannot wait to see the final product. And yeah, that's it on Jared's level. Now we go to, I need a bite. I know I keep, this next letter, the suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts. Now we get to the third letter. Third letter is from Hunter Stinson from Oshawa, Ontario. Big thank you to him. To BigJackFilms from Hunter. I love that. I love that. The big marker right there. But we're going to open this sucker up and see what it is. Have I watched Venture Brothers? No, I have not. Not really a cartoon I'd be interested in. Although there's one on Adult Swim right now that's really catching some attention because they got the voice of Mr. Plinkett to be one of the characters. It looks funny, so I kind of want to watch it because I love Mr. Plinkett. I love Red Letter Media. They're my personal favorites, so who knows. So we have this one from Hunter of Oshawa, and he has sent us, oh, there's more art. Ooh, there's a lot of great artwork here. He sent us a couple of bits of artwork. We have a Chibi Kong. Chibi Kong! That is so cute! Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look how adorable Chibi Kong is. Thank you so much. And then we have Little Kong. Please read the back. Story safe. To my favorite movie reviewer, I know you are a Kong fan as I am, and it was inspiring to watch and keep up the comedy in your... I can't read that. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you, Hunter, for sending us all this amazing artwork. There's Little Kong. What? A little Kong. A little. We have that there. Very fantastic artwork. Thank you so much. We are going to be pretty much, I think I'm going to set up at some point a fan art section because, you know what? Actually, my kitchen has a whole wall I could put fan art on. So I might do that, actually. That'd be great. But again, a big thank you to everybody sending us fan mail. We always appreciate it. If you guys want to send us more, if you want to send us donations, if you want to send us gifts, if you want to send us questions, you can so at this address, BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G100. We'd love to hear from you guys. And the address will be in the description down below, as it is on all of our videos. So with that said, what to expect for this week? Unfortunately, there's not going to be, I don't think, a video tomorrow. So instead, tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, you will be seeing the first episode of our Halloween special. So just to make up for it, that will be happening tomorrow night. So that will be on Dracula. Thoughts on the Monster Squad? It's okay. It's pretty much a Goonies ripoff, I felt. It just has the monsters. The monsters look great, except for Dracula. For some reason, in the post-Christopher Lee era of Dracula films, they can never get him right. They can never get Dracula right. And he looks always like a pansy. Nothing has topped Lugosi and nothing has topped Christopher Lee, unfortunately. Thoughts? Characters in the Monster Wars idea. Again, I couldn't read the whole thing, Jared. It's just way too long. So, I will read it on my spare time and I will get back to you. Do you think Teen Tin should have had a sequel? Yes. I don't know why they never kept up with that. They were supposed to do a trilogy, I think. But I guess the movie tanked. I mean, it was critically received well, but it unfortunately tanked, I think. How you doing today? And what's your favorite MonsterVerse characters? Human or monster? I'm on Team Kong for 2021. So that's where my money's at. But again, let's see what happens. Would you want to see a Toku series centered around King Kong? No. Kong only exists in films. I've never liked him on television, unfortunately. Thoughts on Max Shrek, or thoughts on Nosferatu with Max Shrek? I really enjoyed the original Nosferatu, but I like the idea of the movie Shadow of the Vampire with John Malkovich, where Max Shrek was actually a real vampire. I do like that myth. That's kind of cool. What do you think is your favorite Jungle Book characters? I've liked Bagheera and Shere Khan and Baloo. I'd have to see, like, again, that is going to be on my to-do list, Jared, at some point. So I will review the 2016 Jungle Book because I haven't seen it yet. Have I seen Young Frankenstein? Yeah, it's not my personal favorite out of Mel Brooks' comedies. I personally prefer Spaceballs and Robin Hood Men in Tights out of his entire catalog. I think they're the funniest. Young Frankenstein was just okay. Hola! Hola, how are you, Danielle Hernandez? Good to see you. I do not speak much Spanish. Although I've been to Mexico and I've been to California, but never been to Spain. I heard the women are great. Christopher Lee is Jack Driscoll. I would have saw him more as the Carl Denham type between him or Peter Cushing. I think should have. I actually don't know. I see Christopher Lee as Captain Englehorn, if anything. Would you ever do a cosplay of Lord Draken? Which one's Lord Draken? Could you remind me of which character that is? Yeah, Spaceballs is great. Roadshow Films. That's a really funny movie. No, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Frickin' Spaceballs. One of the most quotable comedies. Evil Tommy. I have wanted to cosplay a Power Ranger, but I just can't afford it. It's really expensive stuff to get those. I would much rather prefer filming with Power Rangers than I would be in the costume. Or if any name I'm going to do anything Power Rangers, I'd probably want to cosplay the Dragon Zord, because that thing's just Mecha Godzilla. That's awesome. By the way, there's a guy I think coming to G-Fest next year who's doing a really good professional cosplay of the Ready Player One Mecha Godzilla. I need to film that. That looks amazing. Am I going to review the Shawshank Redemption? No, because one, I have never seen it, and two, Bradley already did a review of it, and you can check it out on his channel. Say, Jack, what's your favorite Frankenstein design? Boris Karloff, hands down, is the best and the only Frankenstein monster to me. Like I said, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101, I gotta get back to you on that on Facebook because I just haven't had time really to process much. Do I plan to watch any horror movies this October? I'd recommend the original Dawn of the Dead because it's free on YouTube in 4K. Really? You mean Night of the Living Dead? Because I don't know if Dawn of the Dead is under public domain yet. Because the thing is, good old movie trailers. The Dead series has been on my to-do list to watch stuff. I might watch it when I have friends over, but in terms of essentially any kind of time to do opening nights, again, I have to see what's going on. I'm already planning my schedule on that. Ever heard of, I don't know what that is, Drake Films. How many East Stallone movies have I seen? I've only seen Rocky. I've seen Rambo. I do like the Rambo movies. But yeah, and I haven't really seen, that much, honestly. I haven't seen much in terms of those films. I'm just checking all my Facebook messages right now. One moment. So, there's that. Oh, really? There was a real... I know there was a rumor of a real Frankenstein, but I don't know if there was, I never realized it was an actual thing. Say, Jack, do you think an RC is a snitch for ranting Woody out in the first Toy Story? No, I think a lot of those toys were misunderstanding what the situation. I think Mr. Potato Head really escalated it. He was an asshole, honestly. What interests me in old movies? The way they're made. That they didn't have to rely on computers for everything. That things were shot in camera. Things were shot in studios. Things were shot in backlogs. They had to build sets. The art design. The choreography of fight scenes. And, the special effects involved just look a lot more real than today's CG because you can tell it's a computer and it looks fake. You can make it as photorealistic as you want. But there's nothing practical about it. Ever consider reviewing Rocky? Probably not at the moment. I've just got way too much on my plate right now. Have I seen Young Indiana Jones TV show? That is on my to-do list to watch, but I've never seen it. I'm a very casual Indiana Jones fan. Will Rampage be in the Monsterverse? No, that is actually a ripoff of the Monsterverse, Hunter. I know it's made by Warner Bros., but it's not. But I don't think that would be considered. Favorite action movies by good old trailers. If I had to pick my few favorite action movies, basically guy movies with machine guns and shit, action movies would be things like Terminator 2, the first Terminator. I actually really dig Rambo 4, the fourth Rambo, just for how violent it is. Lord of the Rings, hands down, as a guy's action movie. I don't care if it's all for everybody, but that is a boys movie. Right there. That is like a boys bro movie right there. I watched Inuyasha recently on Netflix. I'm not 10 episodes. Yeah, it's a good show. I'm glad I get you on. Are you the one on Twitter, by the way, who's been tagging me? I mean, it's all cool, man, but yeah, there's a lot of tags on Twitter. Other favorite action movies. I'm not that big into like pure hardcore extreme action, but I mean, there are a couple of good ones. I think of a crossover movie between the Three Stooges and King Kong, since Abbott and Costello almost had a crossover. I don't see it. I really don't see it. It'd be kind of funny, but I don't see it. Love your channel. Thank you, Hunter Janky. Good to see you, man. Let's really appreciate the content. Here's a question I have, guys. I'll actually pass a question to you. Do you think Peter Jackson will ever direct again? I hope so. I just think those Hobbit movies really drained him, and I think he's just so exhausted, and I feel really bad. In fact, I talked to a lot of people at Weta, and they told me they haven't seen Jackson much lately. In fact, he actually kind of retired, semi-retired for a decade, because again, those Hobbit movies drained him, and I don't blame him because the studios really interfered with those films. But I have a question for you guys. What is your, out of the 100 and somewhat episodes of my show, what is your personal favorite episode? Let me know. Let me know why. Let me know the reasons in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Read any Godzilla books? No, I have not. I just spilled my onions. Goddamn. What's your beef with J.K. Rowling? So, most people might have seen my Twitter and Facebook where I said J.K. Rowling is the reason why the Jaws ride was a big mistake to close. Only because, I don't want to get into the controversy, but J.K. Rowling has been very phobic towards a group of people, and it's really uncomfortable. And it's only because, like, look, I support anybody's rights, every group out there, despite the hateful ones, aside from them. I really support everybody who want to just be open, free to do, like, to be their own person. And I'm an ally to everybody. J.K. Rowling said some stuff that, because to be honest, I've never been that much into Harry Potter. I'm not going to lie. I like the first two movies and the last two movies. The first three movies and the last two movies. All the other ones have been filler to me. They've been boring because it's just the same plot. You know, murder mystery in the wizarding world at the school. That's all it's been. And the thing is that her reputation has now been plummeting. It's her revenue has been plummeting. The Harry Potter fan base have been trying to fight, saying, no, it's still good. But a lot of people are turning their back now on Potter and pretty much admitting that Team Lord of the Rings, me being one of them, was better. But the big issue for me is that I don't mind the wizarding world of Harry Potter at Universal. My biggest issue is the second half of it in Florida, which is the Diagon Alley expansion. A couple of reasons. One, every time I've gone, that damn ride, Harry Potter and Escape from Gringotts, it barely frickin' works. It doesn't work. Every time I wait in line, it doesn't work. They have to shut it down. They have to close it. It's a piece of crap ride. Great concept. 3D roller coaster, fine. Execution is terrible because the technical stuff is crap. The lines are terrible. And it's just kind of the same as Hogsmeade. Now, the second reason is obviously because of Rowling now, because of what she's doing. Third reason, they had to close down Jaws and Amity to make room for it. Now, I don't mind the Hogwarts Express. I don't mind Hogsmeade. I don't mind that area. I do mind them closing down an iconic attraction based on one of the greatest movies of all time, Jaws. That was a great ride. It scared the crap out of me. You get on a little boat ride, the shark comes out and attacks you, and it's a real shark and all that stuff. And you realize the effects that Universal had in terms of getting rid of that ride, the sacrifice they made, and then realizing, oh, the person who made this is kind of a douche. We really regret closing the Jaws ride. It just really sucks that they had to close it. And that's my beef with J.K. Rowling. It's because of her reputation. It's because of who she is and what she believes in. And the fact that they closed the Jaws ride, I think, way too early. Thoughts on my title opening of my novel? Again, it's a good title. Again, I have to get back to you, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. Still making another Fantastic Beasts movie. Oh, fucking stop! Stop making these. Stop! You know, you're actually making the Star Wars prequels look like the original trilogy in comparison. No offense. Hey, Jack, it's me again. Huge fan. You're the best. Thank you, D-Fay. Thank you so much. Favorite episode of mine is the Spice World and Dragon Ball episode because they're long and awesome and very funny. Thank you, David. I do try to occasionally do a movie where I can spice some comedy into it. And doing those are a little bit more tricky than just writing basic reviews because you have to come up with jokes, you have to watch the movie, and I usually like to watch it with friends where we riff track it, where we do MST3K and just bounce off each other with comedic jokes. And sometimes when I even show a half-finished product to my staff, they come up with a couple jokes and I make notes and I write it in. Liam Neeson is Carl Denham. That'd be interesting. I don't know who you are, Carl, but I know you've taken Anne. And if you don't find them, I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you. That'd be great. I enjoyed your Back to the Future top 10. Finally, somebody who enjoyed my Back to the Future video because I put so much effort into that and it tanked when it first came out because we got the car for that. If you guys want to go check that out, go check out my top 10 timeless Back to the Future moments. That's essentially a review of the entire trilogy. Thoughts on Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman? I haven't watched that one yet. I've only watched the basics, but that is on my to-do list. What is my favorite Hook? Actor who's played Hook? Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman and Jason Isaacs have been the best for me. My favorite episode of the show is probably your Back to the Future End episode. Lots of funny. I love ending with Bradley. Great story about that episode when I did it, and I knew I was going to get the DeLorean time machine. I knew I could not go shoot this thing without Bradley there because Bradley, Studio 95, Obscure Media TV, go check him out, is a massive Back to the Future fan. He stated that's his favorite film. So I knew I could not go shoot this thing with the actual car without him coming along and pretty much nutting himself with nerdgasms. And he did. And it was his face. He just looked so excited. He looked like a kid on Christmas. You know, it's just a great thing to see. Like this guy, his favorite movie, and just seeing a prop from the film there. He was blown away and he actually got a ride and he was just having so much fun. And he actually did a whole video called I Stole the DeLorean. Go check that out on his channel. It's really funny. It is safe, Huey. It is very safe. Come on in. We're not any controversial issues. Not much. Say, Jack, what do you think will win in the fight? The 1998 Mighty Joe Young or a full-grown African bull elephant? Joe. I love the Eighth Wonder movie review, and I love that it was... Holy crap, hang on a sec. It was filmed in my state. That was that the fan film Eighth Wonder or the lost production of the Eighth Wonder? Top 3 Star Wars prequels are Revenge of the Sith and Phantom Menace. I don't hate any of these films. See, I like Phantom Menace more. Are there any movies that freaked me out as a kid? Yes, there have been a few. There's Jaws, scared the crap out of me. The Haunting, the remake actually scared me a bit. Blair Witch Project. A couple horror movies out there really freaked me out as a child. I hate Richard from King Kong King of the Apes, and I laughed so hard when you said he finally died. Yeah, because what really, it's funny because I've gotten a few people who actually worked on the show contact me, and they said despite it being a paycheck job, which I don't blame them for, they hated the final product. They really hated it. They thought this is terrible. And they mostly blamed the script, which I blame too. The writing on this was terrible. But it was kind of cool to get feedback from people who actually worked on the show. Sam Vincent, who was the guy who voiced Richard in that show. He's also the voice of Double D, Ned and Nettie, which is pretty crazy. Glad to see you watch Isaac's review of Guanji. Great review, by the way. I really have to commend Isaac, the Media Hunter. His review was really good, very informative. Exorcist is pretty scary. I only watched that recently this year, and I really dug it. It was a really good movie. The Eighth Wonder, where you fixed up the dinosaur. Oh, yeah, so the fan film. Yeah, because it's just, that film I kind of knew about when I started shooting Kong, and I've seen it in bits and pieces. And then I actually took that footage, and I cut it together in my own version that I kept on my hard drive when I wanted to review it. But reviewing it, I'm like, you know what? I could fix this very easily. Jack, I need your thoughts. If they made a Kong Skull Island ride like the 76 one, would it be as good? Well, they have Skull Island Reign of Kong, and I thought it was a very fun ride. It needed more practical animatronic dinosaurs. That's all I can say. And it needs a photo op. But then after that, you could pretty much have the definitive Kong ride, I think. So, Jack, who do you think would win the fight, the Hulk or an elephant? I'd say, again, I don't know why all these versus questions are coming up, but I don't like answering them. They're a dime a dozen. The Hulk could beat an elephant? Probably. Punch him in the face, go, meh. Are you going to do more Jurassic Park reviews? I've already reviewed the first 5 movies along with other things. Shane, go definitely check out those reviews. I do have plans if Jurassic World Dominion does come out in 2021. I do have plans to continue the reviews, and depending on if this is the last movie, this might be the last time I talk about Jurassic Park on my channel. I might do more in the future, but for now, it might be the last run. Sorry about your fellow YouTuber Queen T. Is she okay? Because I heard she was going through some financial troubles. I hope she's all right. Big shout out to her, by the way. BigJackFilms, your Calling King of the Apes review is funny as fuck, and the way you poke fun at the show's jokes, I paused the video to look at the cliche checklist, and yours, I got a good laugh. Thank you very much, 20 Zone fan. I mean, again, I was surprised how well that episode came out. It's also one of my highest ranking, which is pretty cool. Did I see Camp Cretaceous? I have not yet. That will be part of the reviews next when Dominion does come out, because I do want to watch it. And I also will cover Battle at Big Rock as part of that review. Can you donate on Patreon? If so, I can donate to you. We might even consider putting in our PayPal. But for now, we're going to keep that pretty quiet. But definitely go check out our Patreon. You can donate money. You don't have to do a monthly subscription. If you just donate a bit, that always helps. So go check that out. $1 or more. Early access to all of our content. Special features. You get occasionally requests. We're going to set something up at some point where right now, if you donate $5, you can request an opening night. Or you could also send it to us via our mail. But what we're also considering is that people who want a Big Jack Films review request, not now, but down the line when we have some time, if the Patreons want it, if you donate, say, $100, you could request a Big Jack Films review. That will definitely be something we want to do down the line. Have I worn my Batman costume? Yes, I have. I've worn it to Comic-Cons, and I've worn it in my trailer to the Batman 66 review, which, by the way, guys, go check that out. Will Kong ever have lightning powers? I don't think so. I don't think so. You think of the elephant fight scene from 20 Million Miles. I think I like the Guanji scene more. Natalie Portman is Andero. No, she's too old. I would say Margot Robbie. I watched the Camp Cretaceous, and it's pretty good. It's safe to show super young children still have the feels of Jurassic Park with the same kind of suspense. Yeah, I heard a lot of people say that, excuse me. A lot of people said they were afraid it was going to be too kid-friendly, but it turned out to be a pretty suspenseful show. So I'm definitely going to check it out. Love Yermer in that movie. Hey, Jurassic Room, good to see you. Hey, Jack, I'm working on a poster series with Lucy, and I'm also doing a crossover with my cousin, his series, Wishbone Heroes. I do when I'm not working on my novelization. That's very good, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. Thanks, I'm going to donate 25. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, man. Also, we do have as well the Super Chat is accessible on our live streams as well. So if you always want to donate there, you can also donate on the Super Chat. BigJackFilms, hey, at least the elephant in 20 Million Miles put up more of a fight than the one in Guanji did. Plus, they used an actual elephant roars instead of a guy doing a crappy imitation. Yeah, I never understood that with movies, why they always did that in films. Why they never used certain roars for certain creatures. Like, look at any gorilla film. They never use real gorilla roars. Christian Bale's Ejector Skull. That is a maybe. That could be a maybe. What do you think? I'm sorry. I know what, Jared. I've been watching a lot of Some Jerk with the Camera, and I just every time you say "say," I want to go "say." Say, what do you think of this Inuyasha Jurassic Park crossover that Inuyasha Dinosaur 101 is working on? Him and I have been talking about it. I try not to be too much of a creative consultant and let him roll with the flow, but I do want to see what it turns out. He's sent me a lot of what he has planned, and I'm really interested to see where this goes. If I had the money, I would send you every single King Kong book ever. I would love that. That'd be great. Thank you. Just bought The World of Kong, Natural History of Skull Island. That is on my freaking list of books I want, man. For my overdue review of Kong 05, I paid a low cost of $110. Yeah, that book's really expensive. I think it's because it's out of print. There should be a Shonen Jump King Kong manga. I would read the hell out of that. I know there is a King Kong 76 manga that came out when the movie did, but it is so hard to find. I can't find it. Like, I know it was only in Japan. I found a couple Japanese websites and other foreign sites that had, like, little tiny screen grabs, but nothing of crystal clear quality. I want to read that so bad. Old Maddie is here. Hey, Matt, good to see ya. Any reviews of Bruce Lee movies? I've already covered Enter the Dragon on my opening nights. I don't think it's a BigJackFilms review. I will be covering that right now. I've already pretty much have my list of reviews pretty much all the way up to 2022, which we're currently working on. We've already got schedules planned, so there's not really much time to really do that much unless it's a Patreon request, which will probably be more than likely. Love King Kong 76. I do too, man. It's a great, really, really good movie. My favorite film. This would be a Power Rangers Kamen Rider themed Kong. Oh my god. Oh, it's like, it's Morphin Time. Mecha Kong. Kong 76. Son of Kong. Mighty Joe. No. That sounds terrible. That sounds so dumb. Did I review any TV shows? I've already covered a few. I've done my Inuyasha vlogs. I'm doing Rosario Vampire vlogs every Monday until the end of Halloween. I've covered Gundam Seed briefly. I've covered Sailor Moon briefly. TV shows take a long time to put together because you got to watch the whole series. But I'm more interested in terms of TV shows, probably mostly anime. I do want to, at some point, I want to talk about home movies because that's my second favorite show of all time. That is definitely a given at some point. Do you think the 1960 film Dinosaurs should get a remake? It's called Jurassic Park, Jared. Enough said. Lost Word manga on eBay. Hope you get it. Is it on eBay? Send me a link on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, Drake. That'd be great. Ever reviewed the Power Rangers movie, the first one? I've actually thought about talking about that because I did grow up with Mighty Morphin. I did not see the movie in theaters. I actually waited till it came out on home video on VHS, and that might be a movie worth talking about sometime. I did not care for the 2017 movie, and I did feel, yeah, the original movie is a lot better. For October, I'm going to do something different and make some videos to watch along to Bigfoot Yeti-themed horror movies. Oh, good luck. Sasquatch Week by the Cinema Snob. I've seen some of the worst. Don't watch To Catch a Yeti. That's a piece of shit. Eventually, you will read every King Kong book, right? Yeah, probably. What's my favorite Halloween special? In terms of specials, not horror movies, I like things like Ernest Scared Stupid. It's really fun, really funny. I like the Treehouse of Horror that The Simpsons put out. I really enjoy The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I enjoy a few out there. There's a couple of good ones. I mean, Great Pumpkin gave birth to one of the best jokes ever. I gotta rock. If 1 Million BC gets a remake, who do you think should direct it? Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott. Because he'd make it more realistic and visually stunning. I'm here, Lord Jack. I will serve you. Thank you, Officer. Thank you, Officer Soundwave. Megatron is pleased. Yes. It's funny. David K and I talk a few times on Twitter, which is pretty cool. He's a great guy. Gamera belongs in the multiverse. I heard rumors they might do that. I'm not 100% on that, but I've heard bits and pieces there. What do you think about the Dragon Ball Z DVD season sets and the aspect ratio? Here's my issue with Dragon Ball Z as far as I know. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the DVDs, about their quality, about their aspect ratios. My advice, just get the original DVDs. Get the original DVDs with with a couple episodes per disc. I know they're huge. I know they're big. I know they're pretty pricey now, but they are the best quality version to watch Dragon Ball Z as we grew up with it on Toonami. You might have to switch to the Ocean dub. You might have to switch to the Funimation dub. But that is, to me, those are the DVDs I want. I want to get the all the original Funimation DVDs from the 90s up till the end is what I would do, because those are the ones I grew up with. I have the box sets. I have the orange box sets just so I can get my kick for a while. But at some point, I want to start collecting the original DVDs because they are the best to watch. Let's see. BigJackFilms, they're making a new T-Rex Megatron. Yes, I know. But I will stick with my original Megatron figure for the time being. Off my Predacons. Yes. Hello, Eric King. You're just about to hit the end of the live stream. Third part of the War for Cybertron trilogy, centered Beast Wars. Yes, I know that. Aside from Beast Wars, what's my favorite Transformers show? I really only grew up with Beast Wars and the Michael Bay movies. If I'm going to pick a second one, it'll probably be, I think, Cybertron or Energon, like those ones that came out in the mid-2000s, because they were part of my anime lineup on YTV. So those are the only ones, but I rarely watch those. How many Jim Carrey movies have I seen? I've seen The Mask. I've seen The Cable Guy. I've seen Batman Forever. I've seen Ace Ventura. I've seen bits of Sonic. And that's it. Favorite King Kong actor. So all the actors, Jessica Lange is one I really want to meet at some point. She just seems like such a wonderful lady. That and Jeff Bridges. How do you find me? My link to my Patreon is in the description of all my videos. So if you go to the description of this video, you can find our Patreon. DFA. Do I like Hellboy? Not really. All right, I'm actually going to cut this down. We're getting so many questions now. We're going to pick 3 more questions. We're down to the last few minutes of the stream, so let's get to it. Say, Jack, what do you know about Huey Toomore's King Kong 8th Wonder of the World thing? Huey and I have been talking about it. I'm really looking forward to see what he does with it. I think it's going to be a very fantastic adaptation. I've actually thrown a few of my own ideas to him, and I really want to see what the final product looks like. And if you guys want to help him out, go support his YouTube channel. Go support his Patreon. It'll really help him out, and it'll really pick him back up on his feet. 2020 has been a shit year for everybody, so I try to at least support people however I can through these live streams and sending shout-outs. So please go check out Huey Toomoore. I'd really appreciate you guys just donating to his Patreon. Whatever you can do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll stay on for a little bit more, DeFay, don't worry. Are there any King Kong games you still want to review? I want to check out, I mean, when I reviewed those video games, I only had to rely on some stuff from YouTube. Some of them, like the pachinko machines, I never got to play, but I would love to play that pachinko machine. That's very 90s. So I'm going to answer 3 more questions, and then we're going to call it a day. Do you remember Bionicle, Lego's biggest toy line ever before Ninjago? I do remember Bionicle. It was not my thing. When it comes to Lego, I'm about castles, and I'm about pirates, and I'm about doing a Lego King Kong movie. That's about it. And maybe Jaws. Maybe even a Lego Universal Studios diorama would be nice. This doesn't count as a question, but I will definitely read this out. The script is almost done. BigJackFilms just taking a break to work on other projects at the moment. And yes, please, I need more Patreons. Guys, go support Huey Toomoore on Patreon. He'd really appreciate it. Have I seen the masterpiece Beast Wars Transformers? Yes, I have. It looks interesting. I cannot afford it. All right. Let's see. Last question. I want to pick a good one here. Okay, I'm going to answer this one. This one's from Clark. This will be the last question of the night. What is my favorite Disney movie? That depends. Animation? Definitely going to be Hunchback of Notre Dame. Lion King used to be my favorite, but Hunchback is my favorite animated Disney film. In fact, I want to review it at some point along with its terrible sequel. But at some point, I do want to cover that. That is my favorite film. I think because as a kid, I love Lion King and all that stuff. But as an adult, the more I see the messages and the symbolisms and the darkness of Hunchback, I love it more and more. It's a wonderful film. It's just epic. And it's just got a great tone. And God, I wish Disney would go back to hand-drawn animation. God, I wish they could do another dark film like that. all this kid-friendly stuff. It's not even like they don't even have the balls anymore to do shit like that, which sucks. I even like Black Cauldron. Like, I mean, it's not my personal favorite, but I like how dark they got at some point. So that's it for this live stream, guys. Again, thank you all so much for watching. We got a lot of people this time around, a lot of questions thrown our way. Of course, if you have any more questions, let me know in the comments. I will answer them as quick as I can. As well, definitely send some mail our way. You can at this address, BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. You can send us gifts, donations, letters, questions, whatever you want. And, of course, go support the following Patreons. Not only HEWY TOONMORE's Patreon. He could really use the support because I want to see more episodes from his show. But also go check out our Patreon. Just $1 more will get you early access to all of our content, as well as other special features. A big thank you to D-Fay for donating to our Patreon today. We really appreciate it, man. We'll send you a little bit of a bonus down our way. If you want to donate, if you want to send us a request for an opening night, we will do that for you. And, you know, whatever movie you want. So definitely go support our Patreon. And, you know, a couple of shout outs. Again, HEWY TOONMORE, go check out his YouTube, go check out his Patreon. Definitely want to give a big shout out to LUNACHI BUNNIE. Guys, go check out her channel. She's on our channel friends list. She's just starting up because of what's going on with COVID and the second wave. A lot of people are going to be cut out of work in the work field. So if you can go subscribe to her, tell her I sent you. I'd really appreciate it. And check out her content. She's got some great videos. She's got some gaming videos. She's got some discussion videos. And we really want to encourage her to do more because she's so good. And she's got such great potential to really unlock there. Another shout out I want to give to is, who I haven't in a while, is BattyALANA. She has been a huge supporter of the channel. Go check out her Instagram. I'll put all that in the link down below. And last but not least, honestly, two others I want to put out because it's a shout out time. Dr. TERAWATT, Evil Incorporated. Go check him out. We've been on his Twitch, talking with him on his Twitch a lot. I might even open Twitch at some point on my own terms. But also, we're on his Discord and everything, but he's a huge supporter. Go check him out, guys. Go check out Evil Incorporated, Dr. TERAWATT. He'd really appreciate it, and he's a huge mainstay on the show. And then, finally, a shout-out to Obscure Media TV, a.k.a. Studio 95, Bradley Dunn. He's got some new content out. He just did a review of the Karate Kid cartoon series. Definitely go check him out. He'd really appreciate it. So, again, thank you all so much for watching. Until the next video, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off. And join us tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. We're going to put out the first episode of our annual Halloween special. 5 episodes. You're going to get 5 reviews every Friday in October. We hope to see you guys there. Enjoy. And I will see you guys in the next live stream next week. Take care and let the Halloween season begin. Ha ha ha!